Welcome back, basketball. It's so good to see you again, Los Angeles Lakers. When we last saw them, third in defense, fourth in offense, usually a pretty good recipe for a championship team. Let's take a look. How did they look in Orlando? Did LeBron, about to turn 36 in December, look like he lost a step? I don't think so. KCP, loss of Avery Bradley means he's going to be asked to do a whole lot more defensively. And Orlando looked pretty darn good and capable of it. Look at him in a great stance here, impacting the ball. And then look at LeBron. We call this a pick and roll going towards the double side. So LeBron guarding his shooter, but you know what? He's still in a stance, in the gap, ready to stop the ball, stunt at Luka, make him pick up his dribble, step back, end up turning the ball over, and then off to the races. We also saw the Lakers, a phenomenal transition offense team. LeBron, best in the league, making those lob passes to Dwight, AD, so on and so forth. Speaking of AD, obviously having a phenomenal season. Look at his change of pace here, lulling Aaron Gordon to sleep here as he brings the ball up the court, standing up and then going by with the left-hand dribble into that floater that he really loves. And then take a look at Dion Waiters. This was my favorite clip, and J.R. Smith. How did they look in Orlando? I'll take a deep dive. You see Dion being trapped in the pick and roll. Doesn't matter. Spin, move, keep this man on his back, reverse, underneath. Looked really good out there. NBA restart, Lakers preview by ScoutWithBryan. Again, let's dive deep into their Orlando footage and find exactly what I'm looking for out of them as we go towards the playoffs here. First of all, balance, obviously. Like I mentioned, top 5 team offensively and defensively. Frank Vogel's done a great job crafting a defensive identity for them. You see LeBron with a solid closeout here, and then Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year candidate, doing a great job getting outside the charge circle and getting set. They take a ton of charges as a team, really selfless. And then when you see Caruso matched up on a switch on Aaron Gordon in the post, they're not going to leave him out to dry. Look at J.R. Smith digging down at the ball. Look at Danny Green. Look at Anthony Davis come and block that crap. Get it out of there. Look at this possession. Switch with contact by KCP. Deny. Deny by Kuzma. Deny by LeBron. Keep denying over the top. KCP, blow up the side pick and roll. Blow it up again. Keep staying into your man. Look at LeBron on the weak side, pulling in on Boban, rotating to the roll man. Great job, great positioning. Kuzma in the right spot right here. Loses his man for a second. That's all right. AD's going to step up to help him. LeBron's going to cover down, get a hand in the passing lane, slap that ball away, force a tough shot at the end of the shot clock by Dallas. Lakers like to do a lot of switching defensively. Got the personnel to do it. Dwight tries not to do it as much, but you know what? He's done a phenomenal job of it this season. These late switches, contesting these shots, that's a tough floater to hit over Dwight Howard. And then when you have him pulled away from the hoop, if you got LeBron at the hoop to help out with the rebounds, that's a pretty darn good pair. Quinn Cook, you see, even putting some pressure on the ball here. And then KCP, like I mentioned, going to be asked to do more, capable, blowing up handoffs, blowing up ball reversals, creating offense from his defense. Like I mentioned, Vogel, pretty vanilla, not going to run a whole lot of sets. The few that they run, this is probably their toughest to guard. It's an elbow hit, a stagger away with the point guard going first. Guy out of the left corner, usually Kuzma, sometimes KCP, sometimes LeBron. Basically ends up being a triple screen. JaVale's going to flip the ball to Kuzma here and then roll hard. Basically forces you to decide exactly who's going to help on this JaVale lob. Is it going to be off the 4-man up top? Is it going to be off the 1-man? Or if you end up stepping up to try to block the shot like Porzingis does here, JaVale's able to clean it up on the backside. We see it again here going towards KCP this time as JaVale does the handoff. Dudley, the 4-man behind, is open. But look at Orlando. They do a great job pulling in and take away JaVale. So what's open this time is the corner 3. Quinn Cook, if he can make shots, might find a way to get himself in the rotation. Again, we see KCP here flying off this from the corner. They do a great job running this with pace. Good screens there set by Kuzma. Good little handoff by Howard and flip. I think what teams are going to end up living with is this little elbow pull-up. And you got to be able to knock that shot down. 2 kings, LeBron, AD, obviously the best 2-man tandem in the league. And Bron's going to dictate a whole lot of the offense just basically through the flow of the game. Ends up backing his way down to the post a whole lot. You see an after timeout play, they'll run some UCLA cuts, get him a quick touch and turn there on Aaron Gordon. If he catches the ball up top, you see they end up in kind of a random delay set here where you see phenomenal lob passer. Pretty much nothing he can't do. You see him off the ball here. He's initially a good 7-8 feet behind the line. Look at this. You call that a running start. I've never seen a running start end up catching the ball all the way at the rim. That's a heck of a cut. And then if you start setting these for him, these kind of James Harden flat ball screens at half court, get him ahead of steam. Good luck stopping this. Lost the ball a little bit. Seth Curry's a little bit confused. Doesn't matter. Got 2 points. Anthony Davis, just going to give him the ball a whole lot on that left block that he really loves. Again, nothing too complicated. Likes to really face you up, jab you, and if you back off, he's taking that shot. Really, really smooth playing from that left block. Other thing he really likes to do is face you up again, and then if he's able to quickly with that left-hand dribble, get in there, get to that floater again. The thing you're always curious with him, can he make threes consistently? You know, it feels like he's a pretty good three-point shooter, but then you see he's 32% career, 33.5% this season. Lets the Lakers play a lot more pick and roll. If JaVale can be the 5 roll man with LeBron handling and AD spacing, he's got to be able to knock down this shot if teams are going to leave him this open on the pick and roll. Here we see a basic pick and pop with Bron and AD. Obviously, again, big shot for him if he can make that from the top. And then 2 pawns. How did JR, Dion look in Orlando? Been out of the game for a long time. They look, to me, hungry. Proven scorers in this league, proven bucket getters. You see JR, kind of his pet move when he attacks the basket. Not a guy known for his defense, but look at the awareness here to switch on a Justin Jackson out of this baseline out of bounds play. Push it in transition, and then find baby Giannis with a nice little behind-the-back pass. Big-time street ball type guy. Knows every solution in the book. Nice after-timeout play again by Frank Vogel here, and then that lob pass to Dwight. Look at him having fun. Good to see him back in the league. Deserves to be in it. Pretty amazing. Nobody gave him a shot all season. Look at this. Boban, what are you doing? Up 5, 25 seconds left. Might want to guard this guy at the three-point line, not let him walk right into a 3. But again, big-time shooter, tough shot maker. This is a lot of the shots you're going to see him take are kind of these, you know, jab, 14 on the shot clock, 1 dribble. Why? Okay, great shot. That's what JR does. He makes tough shots. He's made a living off of that. Bad pass, doesn't matter. Still going to knock it down. Sometimes get a little overconfident, feeling hot. Woo, not on that one. But you know what? He's going to keep shooting. Not a guy who loses his confidence. You back off him at all on your closeout, you're in trouble. And then, again, like Dion, another guy who just finds a way to get his shot off. Little hesitation, inside-out dribble here. Maybe foot on the line, have you punching walls a few times, but you're going to end up losing him in transition. He's going to get his shot off so quickly. You're going to guard him at the end of the shot clock, play really good defense, swat at the ball, and he's still going to make these obscene shots. The guy just makes buckets. And then, but like I said, question for him is defense. Can he do things like this defensively? Get down in a great stance, put pressure on the ball, fight over the ball screen, keep fighting. Ends up fouling here, questionable call. I liked what I saw from him defensively in Orlando. But he has his moments like this, has some bad habits. Look at him off the ball here, fall asleep on the shot as his man cuts right behind him and ends up getting an offensive rebound. Some lazy habits built up over a long time. Got to shake those out. Speaking of bad habits, sometimes we'll also dribble the living crap out of the ball and take obscene shots like this. That's not exactly what the Lakers need him to do. Maybe once in a while, end a shot clock, not at the start of possessions. That's way too tough of a shot to be taken with 15, 16 on the shot clock. Speaking of tough shots, again, that's what Dion Waiters does as well. Loves that kind of step back, especially from that right elbow area. Plays out of pick and rolls a ton. I think he's going to be basically the backup point guard. Loves this hesitation dribble, little pull-up. Again, around that right elbow. Shot it phenomenally well in Orlando. Looks to be in pretty good shape. The step back here, again, need guys, especially in the playoffs, that can create their own shot towards the end of the shot clock. And he did that really, really well, him and JR both in Orlando. Again, you see the hesitation dribble, the pull-up 3. He was just giving teams nightmares. The thing he's always been inconsistent with in his career is the spot up. If he can make these shots consistently, you look at his three-point percentage, it's up and down like the NASDAQ, but if he can make these shots, there's no way he's not going to be a huge, huge piece for the Lakers, especially, look at him, 3 feet behind the line on pistol here. He was shooting the ball with phenomenal confidence. Again, him and JR both never low on confidence. And then big guard like JR finds a way, if he can find a way to consistently attack the rim a few times, get to the basket, get to the free throw line, makes him a ton more valuable. And then in addition, you see the snake dribble, S dribble here, keeping his man on his back, making Vucevic commit to him, and then throwing that lob up to Dwight. Good feel for the game, good secondary playmaker. Be great if he could step in kind of that backup point guard role. Again, see baby Giannis. Didn't look bad out there in Orlando either. But like JR, again, got some bad habits to shake too. Look at this. Great ball movement to start the clip. Great team ball movement by the Lakers. But then you catch the ball right here. One more. Look at this. Jared Dudley's wide open. Make the one more extra pass. Don't stop the ball right here to settle for that contested three. We don't want these curly kneel dribbling exhibitions either that sometimes end up being ill-advised and throwing the ball 10 feet out of bounds. Also, sometimes has a maddening tendency to pick up some of these offensive fouls for no reason on the push-off. So definitely some things not perfect about his game. Silly fouls of non-shooters like Jerome Robinson, give him 3-shot fouls, taking tough shots at the end of the quarter. Those are the things Dion's got to stay smart about, eliminate from his game, and he should be pretty good. Kyle Kuzma looked unbelievable in Orlando. Didn't really see a whole lot of this at the start of the season from him. If he can be that third big-time scorer for the Lakers, they are just so much better with him in a good groove and a good rhythm. You see, again, getting to that right elbow, kind of his money spot too. Nice ISO play run by Vogel here. Loves that kind of sidestep. Really creative. Finds a way to get his own shot off like a lot of these guys. If he can attack the basket a little more frequently, that'd be great too. Look at LeBron, how he reads this play. That was kind of like a double fence pick for AD. Orlando kind of really tried to cheat it with Fournier in there. Kuzma popping back out to the corner. Who is he exactly? Is he the guy that shot 36% from 3 as a rookie? Or is he the guy that's been right around 30% the last couple of years? Is he a guy that can make tough shots like these off pin downs, tough footwork? What he really is, what he's always been, is a guy who likes to really face you up and then just shoot over you. Nice and simple. That's a valuable skill set to have. Guys have a tendency to fall asleep on that. It's part of the reason why, you know, they even run this baseline out of bounds play where they just almost give it to him in a face-up, post-up. You see Orlando sending that second guy over. Kuzma does a nice job reading it and finding KCP, who also was in a phenomenal groove so far this season shooting the ball. Dwight, another guy in an awesome, awesome groove. Phenomenal shape. Found that fountain of youth. Look at him here after timeout play. Post up, but nope. It's really a spin out lob. JR got to throw that a little higher usually. Speaking of Dwight, again, phenomenal piece off the bench for the Lakers. Key for him. I thought he was shooting free throws well this season. Then I checked, saw he's at 49%. I thought shooting a few feet behind the line looks a lot better for him. Sometimes looks really good, but he's got to be able to knock those down consistently if he wants to stay on the floor. Caruso, the Caruso God, can he pick up where he left off, playing with great energy, being a great defensive player, knocking down his spot-up jumpers. He'll step into that rotation as well in the mix at the backup too, hopefully. And hopefully he continues to perform. If you enjoyed this video, there's an 8-minute bonus video of all new clips. More on the Lakers, diving deep into Dudley, Markieff, the zone defense they're working on, a whole bunch more that I didn't get to cover in this video. Just go to patreon.com/ScoutWithBryan, subscribe. I'll leave that link right here, and you can unlock that video right away. Make sure you hit that thumb up button, subscribe button. Appreciate you guys watching. Whole lot more coming soon. Basketball back.